the hidden expense destroying your wealth, and how to fix it. What if I told you that the biggest threat to your financial future isn't your morning coffee, your streaming subscriptions, or even your rent? What if the real wealth killer is sitting right in your driveway, and most people have no idea how much it's actually costing them? In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the hidden expense that's silently draining thousands from your bank account every year. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly how to turn this money pit into a wealth-building opportunity. Welcome to WealthCraft, where we master your money. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked financial mistakes that's keeping millions of people from building real wealth. By the end of this video, you'll understand the true cost of this expense, learn 5 proven strategies to cut these costs dramatically, and discover how redirecting this money could make you significantly wealthier over time. Let's start with a reality check. The average American household spends money on 5 major categories: housing, food, transportation, healthcare, and entertainment. But here's what most financial advisors won't tell you. One of these categories varies wildly from person to person, and it's often the difference between building wealth and staying broke. That category, transportation, specifically vehicle ownership. According to recent data, the average cost of owning and operating a vehicle has reached nearly $12,000 per year. That's $1,000 every single month just to own a car. For many families, this represents 15 to 20% of their entire gross income. But here's where it gets really interesting. Unlike your mortgage or rent, which builds equity or provides shelter, your vehicle is what we call a depreciating asset. This means it loses value every single day you own it. Now you might be thinking, but I need a car to get to work, to live my life. And you're absolutely right. Transportation is essential in most parts of America. But the problem isn't that people buy cars, it's how they buy cars and what kind of cars they choose. Let me give you a real-world example. I know someone who makes $60,000 a year and drives a brand new BMW with a $650 monthly payment. Add insurance, gas, and maintenance, and they're spending over $1,200 per month on transportation alone. That's 24% of their gross income before taxes. After taxes, it's closer to 35% of their take-home pay. This person is what I call car poor. They look successful driving around in a luxury vehicle, but they're actually broke because of it. Let me show you exactly where your money goes when you own a vehicle. I'm going to use a practical example. A reliable, economical sedan that's about 4 years old. Nothing fancy, just basic transportation. First, depreciation. The silent killer. This is the biggest expense most people never think about. The moment you purchase any vehicle, it begins losing value. A $25,000 car will lose approximately $3,000 to $4,000 in value each year for the first several years. Here's the key insight. Depreciation happens whether you drive the car or not. Even if your car sits in the garage, it's losing money every single day. Let me break this down further. New cars lose about 20% of their value the moment you drive them off the lot. Then they lose another 15 to 20% each year for the next few years. So, a $40,000 new car becomes a $32,000 car instantly, then drops to about $25,000 after 1 year. That's $15,000 gone in just 12 months. The best way to minimize depreciation is to buy vehicles that are 3 to 5 years old. At this point, someone else has absorbed the steepest part of the depreciation curve, but the vehicle is still reliable and modern. Look for cars with 30,000 to 50,000 miles. They've been broken in, but still have plenty of life left. Second, financing costs. The interest trap. With current interest rates, financing a vehicle can cost you thousands in interest alone. A $30,000 car financed at 7% interest over 5 years will cost you over $5,000 in interest payments. But here's what's even worse. Most people trade in their cars before they're paid off, rolling negative equity into their next loan. This creates a cycle where they're always underwater on their car loans, paying interest on money they borrowed for cars they no longer even own. Instead of financing your next vehicle, start saving the equivalent of a car payment into a high-yield savings account. In 2 to 3 years, you'll have enough to buy a quality used vehicle with cash, eliminating interest payments forever. Third, insurance, the ongoing expense. Vehicle insurance can range from $100 to $300+ per month depending on your location, driving record, and vehicle type. Here's something most people don't know. Your insurance rates can vary by hundreds of dollars between companies for the exact same coverage. Insurance companies use different algorithms to calculate risk, which means you might be a preferred customer with one company and high risk with another. Set a calendar reminder to shop for insurance quotes every single year. Insurance companies regularly adjust their rates, and you could save hundreds by switching providers or adjusting your coverage. Also, consider raising your deductible from $500 to $1,000. This can lower your premium by 15 to 20%, and you'll break even if you avoid just one claim every few years. Fourth, fuel costs, the daily drain. With gas prices fluctuating, the average driver spends $2,000 to $3,000 per year on fuel alone. But fuel costs go beyond just the price at the pump. The type of car you drive makes a massive difference. An SUV that gets 20 miles per gallon versus a sedan that gets 35 miles per gallon can cost you an extra $1,000 per year in fuel if you drive 15,000 miles annually. Consider the total cost of transportation when making housing decisions. Paying $200 more in rent to live closer to work could save you $500 or more monthly in transportation costs. Plus, you'll save hours of commuting time that you can use to earn extra income or improve your skills. Fifth, maintenance and repairs, the unexpected hits. Regular maintenance, unexpected repairs, and replacement parts can easily cost $1,500 to $2,500 per year. Here's where car choice really matters. Luxury vehicles and European cars typically cost 2 to 3 times more to maintain than reliable brands like Toyota, Honda, or Mazda. A brake job on a BMW might cost $800, while the same service on a Honda costs $300. Simple tasks like oil changes, air filter replacements, and basic diagnostics can save you thousands over time. A $20 oil change that you do yourself versus an $80 service center visit adds up quickly. Over 20 years of car ownership, learning to do basic maintenance could save you $10,000 or more. Here's the part that will blow your mind. It's not just about the money you're spending on transportation, it's about the money you're not investing. Let me show you a powerful example. If instead of spending $12,000 per year on vehicle ownership, you spent $6,000 per year and invested the other $6,000 in a diversified index fund earning 8% annually, after 20 years you would have an additional $294,000. That's nearly $300,000 in wealth that most people unknowingly sacrifice for transportation convenience. But let's make this even more concrete. Imagine two friends, Sarah and Mike, both making $70,000 per year. Sarah buys a reliable used car for $15,000 cash and spends about $5,000 per year on total transportation costs. Mike finances a new $35,000 SUV and spends $12,000 per year on transportation. The difference is $7,000 per year. If Sarah invests that extra $7,000 annually starting at age 25, by age 65 she'll have over $1.6 million from just this one decision. Mike will have a 40-year-old SUV worth maybe $2,000. This is the power of understanding opportunity cost. Every dollar you spend on one thing is a dollar you can't invest in something else. In many urban areas, going car-free is not only possible but financially liberating. Combining public transportation, ride-sharing, and occasional car rentals can cost significantly less than ownership. Cities like New York, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. have excellent public transit that can replace car ownership entirely. Many two-car families could function perfectly well with one vehicle and strategic planning. Eliminating one car from a household budget can free up $8,000 to $10,000 annually. This works especially well if one spouse works from home or if your jobs are accessible by public transit. For families that need occasional vehicle access, car-sharing services and short-term rentals can provide transportation flexibility without the burden of ownership. Services like Zipcar or Turo let you access vehicles when you need them without paying for insurance, maintenance, and depreciation when you don't. If you're ready to optimize your transportation costs, start with these steps. First, calculate your true annual transportation costs, including depreciation, insurance, fuel, maintenance, and financing. Most people are shocked when they see the real number. Second, research alternative transportation options in your area. Look into public transit, bike lanes, car-sharing services, and remote work opportunities. Third, if you must own a vehicle, buy used and reliable. Focus on brands known for longevity and low maintenance costs. A 5-year-old Toyota Camry will serve you just as well as a new luxury car but cost half as much. Fourth, automate the money you save into investments. Set up automatic transfers so the money goes straight into index funds or retirement accounts before you can spend it on something else. Finally, track your progress and adjust as needed. Review your transportation costs annually and look for new ways to optimize. Transportation costs are one of the biggest obstacles to building wealth, but they're also one of the most controllable. By making strategic decisions about how you get around, you can redirect thousands of dollars annually toward investments that actually grow your wealth. Remember, every dollar you don't spend on depreciating assets is a dollar that can work for you in appreciating investments. The goal isn't to make your life miserable by never having a car. It's to be intentional about your choices and understand the true cost of your decisions. If this video opened your eyes to the true cost of transportation, smash that like button and subscribe to WealthCraft for more wealth-building strategies. In the comments below, let me know. What's your biggest transportation expense, and which strategy are you most excited to try? Next week, we're diving into another hidden wealth killer that's probably costing you even more than transportation. You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep mastering your money, and I'll see you in the next video.